All right, time to edit a video. I'm missing. Oh shit. What's up, everybody? So this is Don Tony. Here with another video. So a couple weeks ago, I started playing Tarkov, and that game is so horrible to new players. It's not friendly at all. It doesn't tell you what to do. It doesn't hold your hand whatsoever. And I was thinking, I was like, this is familiar. I felt this way before. Back when I started playing Siege, I had the exact same feeling. So I thought today I would do a video on the 5 things that I wish I knew, or like I wish I took into account, or things I wish I looked up before I started getting into Siege. So hopefully this helps some new people trying to get into Siege, because Siege is a game that is not friendly to new players. It's not very helpful, and the game does not do a whole hell of a lot to actually show you what to do or to teach you what to do. So I'm hoping this video will help guide some of you newbies. Let's get started. So the first thing that I really wish someone told me or that I knew was that you're gonna die a lot. A lot. I think you have to be a little bit of a masochist to really get into Siege, or be very determined. Because your first 20 hours of playing, it's gonna be brutal. You're gonna die a whole lot. Even if you're used to first-person shooters and like this is a type of game that you really enjoy playing, you're gonna get crushed a lot. You're gonna die a lot. Because there's lots of things in Siege that are very, you have to know the map. Like there's lots of things that it's not just simply I see an enemy, I shoot an enemy, I kill the enemy. You're going to die a lot, and every time you die, take it as a lesson learned. Watch the kill cam, see where they killed you from, make a little mental note of that spot. I'm going to talk about this later in the video, but like aim is not the most important thing in Siege. Aim helps, and maybe I'm saying this because I'm a little biased because my aim is dog shit, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I don't think in the tier of what like works for Siege, fuck. As far as like a tier of importance, I don't think aim is number 1. I think what's paramount is map knowledge and game sense, and then aim. I think someone with a good brain, someone who thinks things through, someone who knows the game and the maps well, will be better and play better and do better than someone who's just like an aim god. So I really don't think that's what should be prioritized. I think priority needs to be spent on learning the maps. And that leads me to number 2 is map knowledge. So the second thing I really wish I knew going into Siege is how important map knowledge is and how that is like king. Game sense and map knowledge is king. And we're going to go through a couple ways that you can improve your map knowledge right now. So the best way to learn map knowledge, in my opinion, I mean, you can go in and just play games. What's rough is as a new player, you only have access to Quick Match. And Quick Match has a huge map pool. I don't remember how many, but it's a lot. Like it's a really large map pool. So the best way to really learn maps, and you want to learn the maps that are in the unranked and ranked pool, because if you ever want to play ranked or unranked, it's not all the maps in the game. It's a specific like playlist. So the best way is to go get into a custom game. So you make a custom game, really simple to do. And then you pick a map that you want to learn. So right now we're about to jump into Clubhouse. And I'm going to kind of show you some quick trip. Here. Okay, so I'm going to show you some quick tricks and tips, that's how you say it, to learn maps. So it doesn't matter if you go in as an attacker or a defender first. If you're an attacker first, I would suggest an operator that has some sort of soft destruction. So that could be a sledge. Most likely you don't have buck unlocked if you're new to the game. But someone with a shotgun or sledge is what I would suggest. So actually I'll do sledge. And the goal here is to learn, one, you're going to want to learn where the bomb sites are, which will happen on defense. You also will get an idea of what rooms lead to what. Doing this, you can also learn different peek angles and things of that nature, simply by going into a custom game and dicking around. And what I'm saying is not groundbreaking. You will find this information in many other YouTube videos, but hopefully you're watching mine, and I appreciate it for whatever reason you are. So I would just start somewhere. Now what's nice is you'll see on the screen On the bottom, you have your health, you have all your gadgets, utilities, and then you have a compass. Next to that, it tells you the name of the room. When people do callouts, they're probably gonna tell you room, like there's one in stock or stock is clear. Where's stock at? So you can learn that by looking at the bottom of the screen, and you will see right there that you have the name of the rooms. Some of the things you're gonna learn is simply just by going in and dying, like I said earlier. So for instance, a lot of rats will sit here. They'll either do a bullet hole or they will, and by bullet hole I mean they'll just make a little hole, and they'll wait for an attacker to come in, and when you come in, they'll fry you. That is something that you will die to, and then you learn, oh, I need a drone when I go in. Or as I come in the room, I'm just gonna straight up pre-fire that spot. Okay. But as you're going through the map, look at your little compass rose, and you can kind of see like, hey, now I'm in CC. This is one of the bomb sites. You'll see that on defense. I would just go in and just start opening up stuff. And this will allow you to see what's below. So let's imagine you're defending this site and you open all this stuff up just to get an idea of what all is below you. You can see if you make a little hole here, you can get people as they're coming out of garage from here, right? Here's garage. Garage leads into CCTV. So literally these are the things you're gonna do when you come in to learn a map. Now there's some great people out there who do this really well. I am not one of them. This is simply I don't play the game, I'm new, what do I need to know? A really good YouTuber to check out who is amazing at taking apart maps and finding all sorts of cool angles is Grief Drums. You should check him out. He has lots of good videos on lots of maps where he has just gone in and just demolished the map to find all your cool little angles. But basically going into a custom map, you can just kind of get a feel for the map. Now, some of this you're going to learn while you're actually playing. This right now is simply just to learn the rooms, as well as the default. Okay, I will go into that next actually here. All right, so another thing you can do to help learn maps is going in with IQ, and this can teach you where all the default cameras are in the map. You'll want to know where the default cameras are so you can shoot them out. Some of them are really obvious, like, hey, there's one. Some of them are really obvious to see. Some of them, it's more so just as you play, you'll learn where they are. IQ's gadget, if you're new, detects electronic devices. So this will show you, there's a default camera. There's gonna be a default camera up in garage. So if you're having trouble knowing where the default cameras are, go in with IQ and you can learn them. All right, so the next thing on my list is know your roles. Know your roles. So Siege is a team-based game. There's typically, again, I'm dumbing things down, 3 roles. On attack, you have fragger, entry frag, you have support, and you have flex. Now, what does that equate to actual operators? So your supports are gonna help play the objective, get the mission accomplished, help give intel for your entries and your flex. Flex will do kind of everything. They're flexible. And entries, basically, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to click some heads and I'm going to kill people. So depending on how you like to play games, if you're a runner and gunner, maybe entry is what you should do. If you like to take things slow and methodical, maybe you're a support player. Some of this will come from just playing, but I've found that people who tend to like certain play styles will gravitate towards certain roles. I'm not much of a runner and gunner. I like to take my time and be more slow and methodical. So I lean a lot more towards support. If you are new, some good entry operators to start with as entry would be Ash. A good support to start with would be Thermite. So I will say starting brand new, playing support may be kind of tough because you don't have the map knowledge. You don't really know what's going on. So you may not be super effective as a support player. That being said, you may not enjoy entry if you're not like a run and gunner kind of person. Number 4 would be do your operator research first before you spend renown and unlock operators. Why do I say that? So when I first started playing, I think it was year 2, season 1, Velvet Shell. I didn't do any research ahead of time on what operators did, what operators are useful, what are not. First 2 operators I unlocked, Tachanka, this is before his rework, and Fuse. because I thought they both looked badass. So those are the first two operators I unlocked. It was a mistake. I deeply regret it. I learned a valuable lesson, though, is that you should do your research and learn about the operators before you unlock them. What's nice right now, if you get into playing now and you're a new player, is on the weekends from now until the big SI event, their new playlist, the Road to SI, has all the operators unlocked. So you can go in and try out different people before you actually unlock them, which is awesome. And as I said earlier, this is a team-based game. So the last thing I'll say is that Rainbow Six Siege, it's a team-based. You need to find a good, friendly group of players that are welcoming of new people and are willing to walk you through and teach you stuff. It's not a game that you can solo comfortably. Some people do. It's not recommended. Some good communities out there. One is Talentless. Another one is Iron Mountain. I'll put both of their links in the description below. They are all welcoming of new players. Great people to get to know and to play with. All right, so I know that video is very brief. This, again, is just like a real basic things I wish I knew, things I wish I took into account before I started playing Siege. I may do videos in the future that go more in depth on these topics. A lot of the stuff that I went over, you can find really already out there in-depth YouTube videos on. Like I said earlier, checking out someone like Grief Drums or someone like Get Flanked. They do a lot of good tutorials. But I'll be posting some in the weeks ahead. Like I have plans to do one on communication, positive thinking, and like a proper mindset for Siege. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I'll be making some more soon. Bye.